Hi everybody, how are you doing? A very warm welcome to my channel. It's so good to see you here again. If you are new here, my name is Alison and I'm a 50 something witch living in Chesterfield in Derbyshire, here in the United Kingdom, and I'm here to talk to you about all things witchy lifestyle, some mundane lifestyle as well, and basically all the things that bring joy to our lives and make us feel happier. And it's lovely to see you. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here. I love that you are here. It means so much to me. Thank you so much. So we're getting ready for Yule, which is the winter solstice, where from that point onwards, which happens on the 21st of December this year, light and dark are in balance, and then we move forward into the lighter days of spring, hopefully. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel that the darkness came so quickly this year. There was no gentle transition between the seasons, and the dark just thud, it was there. And I have found it quite difficult, to be honest. I found the descent into darkness really to be really melancholy this year. Normally it's something that I actually embrace and enjoy as a witch, and look at it as a time to relax and enjoy the comforts of home, which I am doing. But I found it difficult in ways that I'm finding hard to describe. I'm really tired. It's been really busy at work, and I've also been busy personally, you know, with my other little business, which has been fantastic, and I'm so thankful for it. But it's also been quite a stressful time. So yeah, and as some of you, if you follow my channel quite closely, you'll know that my lovely husband Mark had a nasty fall a couple of weeks ago, and that's been a real worry. He's doing a lot better. He's healing, and he's asked me to say thank you to every single person who wished him well. Thank you so much. Your lovely messages meant so much to both of us. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It was so lovely to read all those messages out to him, and he really appreciated it, so thank you. With that being said, it has been a worry, but hopefully things are starting to turn around a little bit. So getting ready for Yule has been a bit of a tricky one, because to be honest, I would rather it just came and went this year. And I know from talking to people in the comments that quite a lot of you feel the same, but it's coming whether we like it or not. So I decided this week to start getting ready for it, and I wanted to bring you with me while I do that. And a few of the things that I do in the run up to Yule are things that make me happy, that bring me a little bit of joy in the darkness. And yesterday I went into town to visit a couple of my favourite shops, and earlier in the week I went to buy a Yule tree, which is something that I always look forward to. So yeah, come along with me while I do those things, and then we'll decorate the tree, and yeah, and then we'll talk some more. Oh, and yeah, I've got a couple of other things that I wanted to share with you. Well, a few things that I've picked up while I've been out and about, and also something that arrived this week that I need to say a special thank you for. So yeah, I will see you in a little while. Let's crack on with getting this house and ourselves ready for Yule. So it's tree day, and I've really been looking forward to this, and I always come to the same place to buy our Yule tree, and that's in Graves Park in Sheffield, an absolutely beautiful park. And the tree supplier is called Tree Amigos, and on the basis of that name alone, I think that they deserve everybody's custom, because they're just the loveliest people. The trees are always beautiful. I've been coming here for years, and I've never had a dud. They've always been really lovely. And I know there's a question about real trees versus plastic, but for me, a real tree is the essence of the season. It's the essence of Yule. There is something so magical about having a real tree in the house, and when it's in the house and it's all set up and looking beautiful, I'm just constantly in awe of the fact that there's a real tree in my house, and I just love it. I think it's beautiful. What I really love about the trees from Tree Amigos and the company, the whole business, they're very conscious of their environmental impact, and they recycle as much as they can. They're very mindful of waste, and they compost their any leftover branches on their trees. Any timber that's left over, they turn it into decking and other flooring, and even the netting that's used to wrap your tree to bring home is recycled into shower scrunchies and that kind of thing. So they're very mindful of what they do, and I really like them for that. For me, a real tree beats plastic hands down. And I always recycle our tree with a local company that donates the proceeds from the recycling to our local cancer hospice. So as far as I'm concerned, it's win-win. And it's just the thought of plastic going into landfill that really bothers me. So I will always have a real tree, and I love them. So with all that being said, it's each to their own. Everybody likes what they like. We love a real tree, and I know they can be a pain in the backside, and they are. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they are an absolute pain in the arse. There's always the clear up to do and the watering and all of that good stuff, but for me it's part of the fun, and it's nothing in the grand scheme. It's nothing, and it gives us a chuckle when we keep finding needles from our tree, you know, halfway through the year. And yeah, I love it. So let's go and choose a tree for this year, and let's take it home. Here we are. Let's go and have a look and see what they've got for us this year. This is one of the loveliest parks in Sheffield, incidentally, and if you're ever here, do try and come for a walk, especially in autumn where it is absolutely stunning. Now, the only issue I have really, or we have, is that we're fairly limited space-wise, so we really need a 4-foot tree. A couple of years ago we had a 5-foot, and it just filled the room. It was absolutely mad. So we're looking for one with a purple label like this one. So we'll have a look and see what shape they are, and if we think we can accommodate it. I think this chap is definitely on the short list. He's a nice height, he's not massive, he's not too bushy, but he's nicely filled out. So yeah, let's keep him in mind. I think I found him, you know. I think this might be him. Yeah, he keeps calling me back. I've walked past him about 5 or 6 times, but I think this might be him. Now, I've just been speaking to the lovely people who look after Tree Amigos here in Graves Park, and they've told me all sorts about how they're trying to be sustainable and reusing things. And one of the things that I've just found out is that the cabin that all these beautiful decorations are in is actually made from the pallets that the trees are delivered on, and I just think that's absolutely fantastic. In all the time I've been coming here, I didn't know that. And these beautiful wreaths that the guys sell are made from the offcuts from the trees when they trim them down for people. And these are the trimmings that are made into beautiful wreaths, and you can choose a decorated or undecorated version, and I just think that that's fantastic. I've also been told that they're trying to move away from the plastic stands and going more with the metal ones, which is something else they're trying to do to increase their sustainability. And there's a couple of things that I need to show you that are just amazing. Now, these toys, these traditional wooden crossbows, have been made from the pallet wood also, and so have these beautiful hanging trees, and there's lots and lots of other natural decorations as well, with a minimum of artificial decoration. There's a minimum of ribbon and, you know, other non-natural bits and pieces, and I just think this is brilliant. And as I say, in all the time I've been coming here, I didn't know that this is what was happening, and I'm just so impressed and just love it. And it's so worth coming here just to have a look at these lovely things and to meet the lovely people who run this operation. So when you buy a real tree, the seller will normally take the bottom few centimetres off for you, so that the sap plug is removed and your tree can get a big drink. So that's what's happening here. Yay!
A tree is born.
Yay! I've got him. He's here in the car with the seatbelt on, because he's a member of the family now. So let's get him home and stick him outside in a bucket of water until we're ready to decorate. As a special treat to myself, I brought myself along to Northern Tea Merchants in Chesterfield Town Centre. This is one of my favourite places, and I love to come here. And it's looking really pretty at the moment with its decorations, and I treated myself to their gorgeous Brazilian decaf coffee, which is my absolute favourite, and it was really lovely on such a windy, rainy, chilly morning, and it's just so lovely to be here. And then I also treated myself to some of their creamy mushrooms and sourdough toast, which is next level delicious. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and I've booked myself a mark-in for a little visit next Saturday where I'm going to scoff some more of this. And I love it here because there are so many different teas and coffees to choose from, and they make lovely presents, and I just love being able to support little independent businesses like this, and it's so special to have these places. When I'd finished, I came into the town centre, and this is our beloved Crooked Spire Church, and just across the road from here is one of my absolute favourite shops, and it's called Huckleberry Willow, and I come here every year to choose a couple of baubles for our Yule tree. Normally it's just one, sometimes another one creeps in, which is what happened today. But anyway, it's the most beautiful independent shop. It was established in the 1970s and it's still going strong. It's absolutely beautiful, and Their collection of jewellery and gifts and textiles are just beautiful, and it's one of those shops where just looking around it is a sheer joy. And even if you don't want to buy anything, just being in the presence of such lovely bits and pieces is so special and really, really uplifting. And I mean, I'm not going to lie, I never leave this place empty-handed. While I was here, I bought a couple of gifts for people. I bought some candles and some other bits and pieces. But I did find a couple of decorations that I brought home that that you'll see in a minute. But yeah, it's just so lovely, and we're so lucky to have these lovely places to support. Now, I loved those toadstools, but I went for this little creature here, and he came home with me and is now on the tree. And I also picked up this cute little fox in his red puffer jacket, which was just the most adorable thing. I love fox decorations. I've got loads of them, but this guy's just gorgeous. I loved his scarf, and so yeah, he came home with me and he's now on the tree. If I had limitless cash, I would be spending it on the textiles in this shop because the range is stunning. There's so many different pieces, really unusual ones, and I would love a house full of these beautiful things. And they've also got furniture and household stuff, and it's just the loveliest shop, and I love to be in it. As I was leaving, I saw this decoration which really spoke to me. I didn't buy it, but it really, really gave me some peace. So I got a couple of things that I thought that you might be interested in seeing. Now, I think I've shared a couple of these on my Instagram page, but I wanted to show you them in person. And the first two are books. And I know that we love talking about books, we love buying books, we love reading books. It seems to be a common theme among witches, and I love that. But I love the darker side of the festive season. I'm a huge lover of folklore and of the creatures that lurk in the dark. Case in point, my hero Krampus. And the first thing I've got is this book. It's called The Dead of Winter, and this is by Sarah Clegg, and this is absolutely brilliant. And in this book, Sarah talks about the ancient festivals from all over the world, involving mythical beings and creatures, and ancient rites and festivals, and this is fantastic. There are some photos in here. Sadly, I mean, I would have loved more. I would have loved to see more pictures, but this is brilliant for anybody who loves myth and magic and the slightly sinister side of things. And this is a brilliant addition to your witchy collection. And yeah, this is a big recommendation. I'm absolutely loving this one. And the second one, this is another one that I've only picked up yesterday, and this is The Lost Spells, and this is by Robert McFarlane and Jackie Morris. Now this is a stunning book, and I'm going to show you some pictures inside it because it is breathtaking. The artwork is stunning, and as I understand it, this is a companion book to a previous one called The Lost Words, which I haven't got yet, but I'm fully intending to pick up. But this is another book that is aimed for children, I believe, but that doesn't matter to me. I love books, whoever they're aimed at, and this is absolutely glorious. The poetry in it is stunning, and it's to do with wildlife and nature, and some of the poems are really intense and they hit you right in the heart, and others really made me chuckle. But what crowns this gorgeous book is the breathtaking artwork. It's absolutely stunning. Yeah, it's glorious, and I think this would be the perfect book for a nature lover, another witch in your life. I think that they would think that this is fantastic, and your kids will love this too, because the poems are brilliant. Some of them are really punchy and sharp and funny, but the others are just beautiful and will bring tears to your eyes. So yeah, this is a big recommendation, and please let me know if you've got this, and if you've got The Lost Words as well, and tell me what you think of it. Please, I'd love to know what you think about it. I've also got the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle, part of the Seasons of the Witch series of oracle decks. Now, the last one I bought was the Samhain one, because I've tried to buy them in order, and I've got to be honest, excuse me, I've got a hair in my mouth. I have to be honest, I hated it. I hated that deck. From the moment I opened it, I didn't like it, and it didn't like me. As simple as that. Can't explain what it was about it. I get that it's dark. Of course it is dark. It's Samhain. It's dark by its very nature. But I got nothing from it. Absolutely nothing. And I also found the poems, or the whatever you'd want to call them, because they're not really poems, the descriptions, if you like, on the actual cards, some of them were complete nonsense. Now, I don't use the descriptors much, to be honest, on any deck. I think they're nice to have, but these were like, I don't know, they were almost like a kind of what you'd expect to see on a knockoff version of a deck. Like something was lost in translation and they made no sense whatsoever. Now, if you found that they made perfect sense to you, that's brilliant, and I'm really, really glad, but I didn't like it. And to be honest, out of the collection that I've got so far of these, I don't think I'll ever get it out again. I wanted it as part of the collection, but I don't think I'll ever get that out again, and I felt quite sad about that. But the others have been brilliant. I've absolutely loved them, and this is the Yule one, which I've got really, really high hopes for. Now, I have seen this and I have handled this. This isn't open yet. I'm not ready to open this yet, but I'm really keen to know what you think of this. Now, I saw this a few weeks ago when I met a really lovely lady called Bridget, who follows the channel and who very kindly invited me to her home to deliver some purchases that she'd bought from my shop. Hi Bridget, if you're watching, and I haven't forgotten about that coffee, by the way. Yeah, so she showed me this deck, and I liked this. I thought that it wasn't quite what I was expecting, but maybe that was because it was somebody else's deck. It was Bridget's deck. So I did like how that one felt, but at the same time she showed me the Samhain deck and I thought, I'm not sure about this. I did want it because, as I say, it's part of a series. Excuse me. But I thought that when I got it for myself that I would feel better about it. No, I'd felt even worse about it. But anyway, yeah, so this is the Yule deck, and I'm hoping that this is a bit more chirpy and cheerful and that I get more from this. Please let me know what you think of this if you've got it, and when I've had a look at it I will put a post in the community and we'll talk more about it there. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you about is this parcel that arrived earlier in the week. And again, if you follow my channel closely, a few weeks ago I put a post in the community group about something that happened that was so lovely, it just blew me away. Now, basically what happened was, I've mentioned before on this channel an absolutely brilliant company called Deadly Wicks. I'm not sponsored in any way by anything that I've mentioned in this video today, but Deadly Wicks is an amazing company, and I've mentioned their products before. They make beautiful candles and wax melts that I've bought for myself and also been given gifts of. Now, I got home from work one Friday and there was an envelope for me, and when I opened it, it was an extremely generous gift card for Deadly Wicks, and there was nothing to tell me who it was from. So I got in touch with Faye, who owns Deadly Wicks. Absolutely lovely lady. Hi Faye, if you're watching. And she told me that it was a gift from somebody who follows the channel, and they wanted to remain anonymous, and I completely and utterly, you know, understand that, and I accept that. And Faye, obviously she wouldn't break that confidence by telling me who bought this generous gift. But if you are that person, I just want to tell you that you blew me away with your kindness and thoughtfulness and the generosity of what you did. It was so lovely. And on the gift card, it just said that it was a thank you for this channel. And I have to say that, I mean, it's my absolute pleasure to do this, to make videos. I know that you probably wonder why I don't make as many as a lot of YouTubers. I can't. I just don't have the time. With everything else that I have going on, I'd love to. If I could make this my full-time job, I'd be there in a heartbeat. If I could do this and make craft projects for the rest of my life, I'd be a happy bunny. But anyway, it's not on the cards anytime soon. But it's my pleasure to do this. But the fact that you were so kind to do this was just, it was just lovely, and it made everything worthwhile. Another reason I don't make lots and lots of videos is because I'd rather go for quality over quantity. I'm not here for the money. That's not why I do this. So I don't need to churn stuff out constantly that is not going to be something that's of any real meaning. So that's why I don't do as much as a lot of people. But anyway, I'm wandering off the point. What I'm trying to say is, if you did this, this is just the loveliest thing, and I am so thankful, and it meant so much to me. And anyway, I had great fun choosing the products, and they turned up this week, and they're just fabulous. And I'm gonna put some video in here of the products that I got, because they're just so lovely. And I've while I was dressing the tree yesterday, I had the spruce snap bar wax melts burning, and it really helped to lift the spirit and bring a lovely Yule fragrance into the house, and it was just gorgeous. And so yeah, this was just the best present, and thank you so much. It was just the loveliest thing to do, and it's just precious. Thank you, and thank you for being part of this, because this was just so kind and it meant so much to me. Thank you, whoever you are. Thank you so much for being with me while we've been getting ready for Yule. It's been really lovely to have you along, and I hope that you've enjoyed what I've been doing. I think it's important to acknowledge that this is a tricky time of year for lots of people. And again, I know from talking to you in the comments that not everybody looks forward to this time of year. And I include myself in that. It's been a bit of a difficult time in the past. My darling mum went into nursing care just before Christmas a number of years ago, and she never came home, and that was the kind of start of her, you know, her decline from Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. And so that it always kind of clouds this time of year for me. But I try to remember the Christmases we had at home and how much I loved those times, and no one can take those things off us. And yeah, it's tricky, and I know that there are people within our circle that, you know, the circle I'm talking about is the one with you in it, who have had a terrible time this year, with some really significant losses in your lives, and some terrible circumstances that those losses have arisen in. And I'm so sorry for what you're going through and for what you're having to face at the moment, and I am holding you in my thoughts very much. Yeah, Mark's sister also died on Christmas Day, and so that's quite a poignant memory for him to have to deal with, and I'm just so sorry for everybody who is having to deal with grief and trauma at this time of year. And I really hope that the coming of the light, because this is what we're celebrating, we are celebrating the return of the light, and I really hope that the return of the light brings you some hope and some peace in the days to come. And with that in mind, the next time we meet will be at the solstice, when I'm really hoping to take you with me on the day that I go to watch the sunrise. And I always do this on the morning of the solstice itself. I know a lot of people like to go the following day to watch the sunrise, but to me, the last day of the darkness is significant, and that's why I always go on solstice day itself. So I'll be doing that. I'll be filming that on the 21st of December, and I'm hoping to get that up for you that same weekend, because I'm on holiday from work, and so I will have the time to do that, and I will be so honoured to present that to you when it's ready. But in the meantime, for the next couple of weeks, I hope that you'll stay in touch with me via the community page, and I will really look forward to chatting with you. I always do, and I love your comments and the lovely things that you say and the things that you share with me. I'm so honoured that you choose to actually share the things that you do with me, and it means so much to me that you are here. And I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and that you will give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. And I really hope that what I've brought to you this week has brought you some comfort and a little bit of realness and a little bit of joy. And I've loved this time that we've spent together, and I will see you at the solstice. And until then, stay safe, stay warm. At the moment in the UK, we're being battered by Storm Dara, so if you are dealing with the consequences of that, I hope that you're okay and safe. So yeah, stay safe and well, look after yourselves, and I will see you very soon, and blessed be.